tactical gear has only gotten more expensive over the past several years. Now, I'm not making this video to call anybody out for that. I understand there's a lot of costs involved, material, labor, everything else in between that drives those costs. But a lot of that gear can get pretty expensive, and it means you have to budget a certain way to get new gear. And that might mean only buying one pouch here, one pouch there, and not being able to fully assemble a kit when you really want to. And one of those pieces of kit we're going to talk about today is the waist pack. Now, it's nothing new. It's something that's been around for a while, but a tactical waist pack can run you $40, $50, $60, $80 sometimes just for something that you're using for your kit and sometimes day-to-day life. So today we're going to take a look at how to make your own tactical waist pack, fanny pack, nut ruck, whatever you want to call it, out of gear you already have at home, a large general purpose pouch, and some hardware you may also already have at home or can get fairly cheaply through Amazon, whatever else. So let's look at how to save yourself $50 or so by do-it-yourselfing a fanny pack. Now, before we get too far into the do-it-yourself aspect, I want to bring up two main things about purpose-built fanny packs that you're not going to be able to necessarily recreate within making your own. And that is, a fanny pack that's purpose-built is purpose-built. And from that purpose-built part, you're going to get the structure of the fanny pack. It's going to be better. It's going to lend itself better to being a fanny pack or waist pack. So something like this one, it's just built to be a fanny pack. The structure lends itself to being used as one. Everything about it just works a little better. So some pouches work just great as, do-it-yourself fanny packs, waist packs, but you don't necessarily recreate that structure of the pouch very well. So that's just one thing to be aware of. The next thing is feature set. Now, we have a lot of nice pouches out there these days. There's general purpose pouches, stuff like that. But when you have a purpose-built fanny pack, the feature set is going to be kind of all-encompassing, where the pouch you pick up like this may be more limited in the feature set overall. So those are two things to pay attention to. If you really need that structure, really need that feature set within the fanny pack you're looking at, spend the money to make and buy it then and there, or take a little extra time when you're making your own and incorporate them how you need them and what works best for you, and leave out what you don't need. So just wanted to get that out there before we dig too far and too deep into this, that this is always going to be a little better, but you might be able to get some other things out of doing it yourself that you can't really get in this. So let's dig into actually how to make it now. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to leave a comment below what you think of this one and what you want to see in the future. That way we know we're getting the best content for you out there. So leave some comments below, give us some feedback of what you'd like to see and what you'd like to see done better as well. While you're watching, or once you're done watching, head over to the website, use coupon code Minuteman for 10% off your next order. More details about that below in the caption. But otherwise, let's get back to the video. So the first thing you need is a pouch to do this with. I'm going to use a USMC assault pouch and a utility pouch, a 9x3x5 for our examples today. Because they're large, you can fit a lot in them, and they work well as fanny packs, waist packs. It's just a great GP, admin, specialty, or IFAC style pouch that you can use as that. And you can get a lot out of it, and it's easy to do. So those are our examples. You can do this with anything, though, once you look at how this is done. And kind of make your own things up and wear them how you want to. But first off, you do need a pouch. Next thing you need is hardware and some webbing. Now, if you're like me, even outside of work, I have a bin of straps, buckles, tri-glides, webbing just laying around. So if you've been into gear for quite a while, you're likely to have a lot of those laying around. If you're not, all those items can be bought pretty cheaply. We're trying to work better about having buckles available, but Amazon is a great resource for that. There's some other websites that do carry those things. You can get them pretty easy. But Amazon, 20 bucks later, you can have enough to make multiple waist packs with the material. So let's look at some of those materials. So the first thing you're gonna need to do this is some webbing. That's just gonna make up your waist strap itself. So right here, I have a length of 1-inch webbing. This stuff, you might have some laying around, might have some to cut up off other things, or you can just get on Amazon for pretty cheap. Pick your flavor, pick your color, and get a few yards so you have more than enough for what you're doing right now and for other projects, or if you wanna make multiple waist packs. So some 1-inch webbing, which you're gonna wanna start off with, and the flavor of your choice. Next, you need a bunch of buckles. Well, you don't need a bunch of buckles, but there's a bunch of buckles to choose from. So for examples, I have some MOLLE mountable ones. These just weave onto MOLLE one way or another, get that on there, and these clip on through MOLLE webbing. Pretty simple, they're great little buckles, and both those make your life a lot easier in this case. Those are both females. And then males like this, that would clip in, you can weave through your webbing. So those ones, you're gonna need something like that to start off with. You also have split bars like this one. Split bars are nice because they go on really easy, and you can get male ones that, just like this, to clip into there. If you wanna go real fancy with your strap size, assault pack repair kits, rucksack repair kits, come with larger buckles, and you can use those if you want to use a larger waist strap, just kind of up to how you want to do it. Some other useful things are tri-glides for adjustments and also for mounting to an extent. So here's a simple tri-glide that has a little bit of a ring on it. And then these are MOLLE mountable tri-glides, which is what I'm going to use in our example. These are really nice and they do a great job. Now, if you want to get real fancy, Eagle Industries and a few other companies used to make, or you can kind of find them every now and then. We carry them when we can, some buckle adapters. These ones just snap onto the MOLLE webbing. Super great, super easy to use, make your life a bit easier, and not a lot of work to put this on there. From there, Grimlocks are a really easy way to do this as well. So Grimlocks, these things, super easy and make your life really easy because they come off and on super easy. And you can take a piece of strapping, a piece of strap webbing, put them on there, and now it's just super easy to attach and detach from that pouch. So if you want to use this on other kit, it's just unclipping Grimlocks, and then you're good to go. It's mounted to your kit. So that is the hardware you'll need: some webbing and some buckles, maybe some tri-glides if you want to get a little fancy with it. So let's look at how we're going to put those on the pouch. So how I'm going to show you to do this is on the Assault pouch, the one I did here. Made this into a waist pack, and I'm going to show you this one just because I like it the most out of the ways we've kind of gone through to do this, and it's pretty secure. Now to start off, I fixed one side of the webbing to the pouch itself, and I did it with a MOLLE tri-glide like this one. So I put that on there, and then I wove in, and then I wove back out the webbing, and then I taped that off. So it's really secure. Weaving it in and then back out secures it pretty good, and then taping it off keeps that strap from kind of like loosening itself up. If you wanted to, you could sew that down. You don't have to though. This way it's pretty secure, but if you do have the ability to sew it with a sewing machine or you have needle and thread, I wouldn't say don't do it, but you don't have to. And then I have the strap coming along, and then I'll attach the other side. I use a split bar buckle, female buckle, just put that right there on the MOLLE. So that's a good fixed point where my female buckle is attached to. And then on the webbing, I have my male, threaded it in, threaded it back out, and then taped it down. So this one, I don't have it as an adjustable waist pack as far as the strap goes. I did just fit this to the normal clothing I'm going to wear with my gear, or even I'm out and about. So it's not hanging too low, not hanging too high. It's just comfortable. It's comfortable where it's sitting, and I can throw it around my body if I want to. So that's pretty simple. And then I have a carabiner right here just to attach stuff to if I want to. But that right there is all you got to do. Again, like I said, this isn't something we, designed or created. It's been done before. I think I said that in the beginning. But if I didn't, this isn't our idea, but it's something that's good for anybody to do to save a few bucks or just get more out of your gear, which is something we really like. So let's look at how we do it with Grimlocks too, just to show you a little more on that one. So the Grimlocks for this strap, we did the strap a little different. Now this is just two old Eagle Industries straps that can be kind of just looped onto whatever you want webbing wise. But we have buckles on either side, a male and a female. So I can clip this, unclip it really easily to put it on and off. But on the ends are just Grimlocks. Now I can take that Grimlock and just weave it through the MOLLE webbing. Boom, I'm attached. So that way, if I really want to use this pouch for something else later on, I can, and it's not like I have to unweave a MOLLE, split bar buckle, anything like that. It's going to come off super easy. And it's still pretty secure and just makes for a good waist pack that has a good range of motion for when I'm moving around as well. That's another way, super simple, like everything else I just showed off. All right, so that's that. That's how to make a waist pack out of a general purpose pouch. You can do this pretty much any pouch you want. If you had a saw pouch or a triple mag shingle, something like that, you wanted to make into like a slung style pouch, you could do that pretty easily. The sky's the limit as far as how you really want to do this. But it's really easy, and hopefully you got a good idea how to do this as we went over these two methods. But it's pretty quick because it's not that complicated, but it's good to show off how to do it in case you're wondering, where should I do this? What's another option for this or that? But yeah, you can save yourself a lot of money, which is something we really like, is just getting more out of our gear, saving some money while we're doing it, and just in general, being better off with our gear. So hope you enjoyed this one. Leave some comments below what you'd like to see in the future for gear mods. I'm trying to do some more of those because y'all really enjoy them usually, and everything like that. So leave some comments below, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, head on over, shop@adventuresurplus.com, and I'll see you in the next video.